Buzzing team to win.
But certainly Thunder Awakened did, and Picard certainly able
They have
to
such
get the
zoomer style. It's actually really cool.
Stage. Such an exciting draft.
And look at Matthew, like he's literally stretching his back almost.
A very entertaining game.
Darkness your ally.
Not sure why. I don't believe the man is
Yes.
here right now, but
Yes, I do.
I suppose you never know. He might be somewhere in the crowd.
Could be. I believe he might be boot camping right now with the rest of his team right now, though. And still, smoke on smoke action, Mike, and both sides are collapsing into the same area here.
Are we getting a level 1 team fight to break out? Both teams about to meet in the river. Smoke's broken. Sacred will be spotted. Chew not going for a Fisher quite yet. Sacred very, very excited going to this game 3, clearly. It's Master Tier Mars coming out from Sacred. Looking forward to something beautiful from him. Dark Mago, who'll have a look around through the mid lane. BZM, he'll place a ward down right in front of him.
30 seconds to battle.
Dark Mago. See what he does do about it. For now, he'll just stand on his own side of the river.
The bet has improved a lot.
Kind of getting a feel for each other here. Still standing by the ramps, so might be able to run down. A little bit more forward vision out for OG, at the very least a defensive ward on the ramp side. So they'll see Matthew kind of sneaking around here.
They are going to move their way in. Amar, he'll show up as well. Tiger, very threatening at that level 1 mark with the Undying. Just that decay doing so much. ATF still moving, though Sacred wants to try and steal. Does manage to take the banner in away.
You're
but
not
now
going to
he's
die
in
already,
danger.
are you?
The chase is on. The slows are there, but Sacred is just fine. Looks like a 3-for-1 trade on the. Oh, it's a 4 for 0 trade on bounties. Thunder Awaken getting a fantastic start, and Pandamu, he's just not done. So much damage being dealt the way of Tiger. He might just have to walk all the way back to the fountain at this rate.
Yeah, still being encountered by Pandamu here, though. Poison touch can be off cooldown a bit. The decay is painful.
It certainly is. Tiger going to try and fight back now. Pandamu does have the poison touch available. The support's just still going at it. Tiger, he'll cop another. Pandamu not going to leave him alone. Forcing the TP back towards the lane. So Tiger, he does at least have a salve available, so can go for a reset. And will do so. Still this top lane, Uragi going to be on that POS 1 Ember along with Tiger against Sacred Smarts, and of course you've got Matthew on the Rubik. John, how does
DJ
this top lane
Cinemax.
go here for either side?
I'd say it feels a little bit better for Thunder Awaken. You've got this combination of the lift back.
It's all about the Husker lane.
Kind of slow down the CS of this Ember.
He should be okay. Turbo just goes jungle early anyway. He just ignores
couple
it.
the K stacks up. Maybe you can run them down with a Flame Guard, and that is one way to kind of melt through to Mars. Being a strength hero, he's not going to enjoy the matchup up against the Undying.
Bot lane, there's a bit of damage coming out here. Pandamu is going to drop. ATF able to secure the first kill of the game. It will be split between the two. The Dazzle already dropping. Because he had popped that meta, but only interested in farming for now.
Yeah, and this is going to be an issue for Thunder down bot. Every single time Metamorphosis
They
is down,
cannot
Amar
feed to
should be
this
able to get some
Husker.
good damage.
Oh.
Get some good zoning.
One more hit will do it. Fisher is there, however, he'll
Oh! Tip! Oh!
ATF, he'll get the tip.
Dude, this guy is on crack. Holy shit.
That's just unfortunate. The Metamorphosis just fades after the kill. So that would
That
have
was
been
so
his moment
close.
for Amar
Super
to kind
close
of
to
get the harassment
disarm.
off. It's going to be a
Super
long
close
time
meta.
until Pakaz can do that again. And this is where the Husker can shine in matchup. While Metamorphosis is down, Pakaz is a sitting duck if he's not careful.
Certainly is. Of course, mid lane, BZM and Dark Mago going at it. Dark Mago doing a hell of a lot of damage against the Quap. It's one of those things, right? Like Queen of Pain, usually very lane dominant, but against a hero like Kunka with Tidebringer, not really so much.
Yeah, you can play around with a Stifling Dagger. BZM does go for it at level 2 now at 3. So does have a lot of trade potential with a Kunkka, but the Kunkka is just so much more durable. He doesn't care too much about that DOT running on him.
Matthew dropping rather low himself. Tiger a bit low on mana, but does have some mangoes available. Does pop them immediately. Matthew maybe
Spam
getting
this
hit
until
to
someone
come back.
donates 30 games.
Tiger,
Guys,
he'll go
don't
for a
peer
chase,
pressure
but
someone to donate
won't
money.
be able to keep up.
Don't keep spamming
Strength
that
being
meme.
stolen here from the
Or
Rubik,
do,
but
it's
he'll
up
be
to
just
you.
fine to survive for now.
If you see it though, don't feel pressure to donate.
Back to the farming game for both these sides. Of course, 1-1 so far. Very slight net worth lead the way of Thunder Awaken. Dark Mago still having such a great time, but BZM keeping up quite close in terms of CS. In fact, it's a very even affair between these two. Of course, as the levels do go up again, it does become much harder for BZM. Again, the Tidebringer, just so much damage over time.
Okay to a
Now,
pregnant girl.
Happy days for OG, happy days for Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, once you've got the value point in the X here for Dark Mago,
See is
you can
slow.
start to look for some plays.
See is
You
slow.
can just maybe call Matthew to head down mid, get some
Can't
chain
get to
control
stop
off,
choking now.
and start to force a little bit of aggression from mid. We see Thunder
No,
Awaken
he's getting
always do
tilted.
this.
You see
They
that?
love to play around Dark Mago.
Like he's
Even
just
if
getting
his lane
tilted
goes
because he missed
kind
2
of
CS.
awkward,
So
they
psychologically,
can
he just
still
like,
try to
fuck it,
pop
I'm
up
gonna
mid
W and
get
then
a
he missed
bit of
range creep.
recovery.
That certainly is.
Shame.
Close bottom lane. ATF.
And they ain't
Do you
buzzing.
expect ATF to just outright win this lane against Bakaz in the TB? Like, considering you are playing Husker, is it expected the Husker wins out this laning stage, or does it go the other way?
No, the Husker definitely wins out. Every time Metamorphosis is down, you don't really have much play here for Pakaz, so he's just going to have to farm a little bit safer, a little bit further away from the creep wave, and it's going to be down to Pandamu to kind of try and at least zone out Chu, prevent any sort of setup for the Husker to play off the back of.
Yeah. Stacks being made in that raiding triangle already. Matthew even denying off the water room.
Nice.
Not wanting to allow OG to pick that one up.
Now, we usually shit for EU teams, but we're
He
switched to
does
the
pick up his
buzzing
own
team.
water rune though, so
Middle tower is under
really
attack.
BZM.
Let's do a vote,
Only
actually.
man that doesn't get one here. Sacred. Chased down by the neutrals as ATF now. Panda move very far forward, but Chu won't bother trying for the Fisher. OG topside as well. The Tiger trying to force them away from Uragi, give him as free of a lane as possible on that Ember.
Fucking
But
garbage.
now a very good
When
start
this
for
never
Uragi as
worked.
well. Currently 20 CS, 5 denies. Sacred just behind him in 17 and 4. They do move in. Tombstone is dropped. They've got the chains out. Sacred dropping a little bit low, trying to go after the Tombstone, but Tiger
Nice.
will move in.
Just very
Tombstone
clean,
is gonna
very
be fed
clean.
back the way of the
Oh.
Mars, but they do secure the kill. Uragi.
But look at
able to
this.
Get the damage off. Meanwhile, bottom lane.
And now he
ATF
Giga
dropping
Regions.
extremely low, but not quite low enough to take down.
He's
Because
extremely
he had
low.
popped the meta for that, but will be forced to go
For
back
Husker.
towards the creep wave.
And again, that's where the Undying shines in that top lane for OG. Just soften up the Mars. You've got good damage on hand from Uragi, going for a 2-2 build on the Ember. So when you do get rooted up, you burn for a pretty decent amount of damage. And that free farm for Uragi is going to be of concern, because your lockdown here from Thunder Awaken isn't the best. You've got X, you've got Arena and Spear back, and maybe left.
I guess
But
it's
if you
acceptable.
react fast enough, Uragi's going to have a lot of ways of dancing around. On top of that, you're also worrying about BZM on a quap. Now, his lane's still a little bit slower, but he's still slippery.
Oh.
Nice fish up, Pandamu getting locked down. ATF though in trouble.
Tip
He's gonna
him,
drop
tip
to
him.
Bakaz. Not a great trade at all. Another tip
Holy
out
shit,
to
the
ATF.
damage. And now if he gets out of
Certainly
control in the
not
lane, he
trying
could
to
just go
trade
jungle
looking
with
for here.
terrible.
Off lane for a
Level
support.
5, I thought he was going to jungle earlier.
And you're building up on Pakaz. Again, this should have been a bit of a harder lane for him, but he's still managing to keep up relative to, say, Uragi here in farm.
Matthew. Haste Rune is up on Tiger. He might just
is
go
he
all the
just
way
dead?
for this chase.
He
and
looks
Matthew
pretty dead.
realizing this has to go into the Roshan pit. Lift is there. Back outside the Roshan, but BZM is going to join in, and Matthew surely has no way out and will
That
not.
was
Still
bad plays
Dark
by
Mago now
Matthew.
rotating over as well, but what can he actually get done?
Um,
Tiger drops the Tombstone, forcing the TP back out from
that
Dark
was
Mago.
bad.
This is something you pointed out during the drafting stage, John, but there's not many stuns available on the side of OG.
Yeah, they've only really got the Shaker that can help pin people down. You've got the Searing Chains from Uragi, but it takes a while for him to come back in. Smoke out from Thunder Awaken from that TP home could be a big opportunity. We talked about this. Thunder Awaken love to play around Dark Mago, and they're going to look for that opportunity soon.
BZM not going to run up that high ground. They do have the vision of Pandamu. Instead, Chu will rotate around
You
onto
don't
the
need Sunblock
Dazzle.
cast. Of course,
Trying
of
to make the
course.
attempt,
I mean,
however.
I'm struggling.
Gee, still sticking
Don't feel
around with his
you know,
supports.
forced because of this
Thunder
chat
Awaken
spam,
slowly
though.
moving their way in, along with Pandamu and Bakaz. You do have ATF around as well on the Husker, but he's only interested in farm right now. ATF going to be just fine. OG. Just around that time,
He's
we
far
just
away
gotta
from
sit back and
armlets.
relax
They
for
can
a bit,
gank bottom.
especially with this Husker. He just hasn't had a great
Holy
start.
shit, Terrible
We
is
want to
so
give him a
farmed.
bit of comeback potential after this laning stage, and ATF will certainly take his time. You look back at Dark Mago, second in net worth right now on that Kunkka, is still ahead of BZM on that mid-quap. More rotations coming down towards the bottom side. They are looking at Pandamu as we speak. Bakaz also in vision. Instead, though, they'll go after the Dazzle. You've got to get rid of that support first. So Pandamu, he will tank the gank for his team. Bakaz, he'll be happy to walk out, but OG,
Panda move, more
they'll
like
take what they
panda
can get for now.
poo.
Yeah, they're not pressuring Pakaz per se. He is out of the lane, but he's still got pretty good coverage in jungle. There is forward vision here from OG to try and punish down the line, but they opt not to at the moment. Maybe looking for a little bit more down mid. As you mentioned, still clumping around with Chu. That is their main control.
You're doing it when
but
you're
it's
not
so
streaming.
Much more space for
Yes, you
Thunder
can.
Awaken to play
You can, of
elsewhere
course.
as well. They've got a free lane down bot for Pandamu to just kind of soak EXP. You're still getting that build-up you want to see on Sacred, although Uragi is finding a little bit more in that lane. But it does feel like as this game starts to
pretty
approach, say,
good.
the 15-minute mark here,
Not a
OG
stop.
is the one that
Feels
should be
good,
taking
man.
initiative. So this kind of start, not the worst thing in the world. Still fairly even of a game, less than 1k lead. And once they've got those level spikes up, that's when things should get heated here.
Panda may get caught out, trying to go for a bit of a D ward. Tiger will spot him, but Matthew is going to be there to back him up, and Chu again won't bother with the Fisher for now. Just don't have the backup of the Husker at the moment, so no point really even bother throwing it out. Mago, of course, taking his own time in that mid lane, farming up on that Kunkka. So he will head down towards the bottom side. Regroup with his team in that Radiant jungle, but just wants the stacks to be taken, so he's just focusing on
Cinemax
stacking
time.
up the jungle and giving as much net worth back the way of Thunder Awaken as possible. Some of those tier 1 items. Meanwhile, top lane, Sacred, not going to land the spear onto Uragi. In fact, Uragi now going to try and turn with the chains down. BZM will rotate. Sacred has no way of escaping, should just drop and does. Uragi, great kill for him.
Didn't train just under 1,000 euros a few days ago. Yeah, but my salary is $1 million a year.
His boat is going to be there. He did drop the
I don't
tombstone.
think you got the
That's
memo.
probably going to be a bit
Nice.
more gold to go back the way of Thunder Awaken. One of the weaknesses about Undying, John, you've got to be very cautious about where you drop that tombstone.
Yeah, it's a fairly long cooldown for a laning spell, and it does bleed out quite a fair bit of gold. So
Mago though, nice fish
Oh,
shot, Chu.
no,
Gonna block
no,
him in,
no,
make
no,
him
no,
walk
he's
the
dead.
long way around. Dark Mago surely just drops and does. BZM, no hesitation, will drop the Sonic Wave for this great kill. Still Thunder Awaken, they do group up mid lane, but without their Kunkka, they won't want to fight. Just have to retreat for
It
now.
attacks a lot in Sweden, of
Leave
course.
Their wounds. Even
But it has
Uragi
its
showing up from the
advantages.
top side. But we'll go back toward the top lane and keep
I
farming
live
up
in
that
Sweden.
Maelstrom.
yeah, you're buying a lot of space here from Thunder Awaken. Like all this.
Could have
happening
one
down
and
mid
lived here,
is
maybe?
freeing up
Get
space
pushed
for the
behind the
cause.
fissure?
Dark Mago just maybe overstaying his welcome there. And does get just bursted down from that. Didn't have the boat to
It's
help
7
sustain.
sticks.
And Pandamu not quite there for the shallow grave as well.
Better than
Go
Gum
again,
Gold.
OG heading down towards
The
bottom side.
Zandos.
Not going to see Pandamu yet. BZM is around, so the kill won't be too
Thank
hard
you.
to try and get. You do find
Where's
the
your
Dazzle.
floor then?
How they'll even be, but there is a big group up here from OG on the bottom side. Just trying to focus down that tier 1 tower with that 10-minute siege creep.
So I
TF doing a very good job of just catching up throughout this bot lane as well. More than ready to fight at this point with the armor up.
George is one of the most talented content creator in the community.
Don't drop, they know Pandamu's somewhere in there. Completely trapped up, so ATF moves right in. Pandamu, he'll try for a TP, but it's not going to work out. ATF able to secure another. And that bottom tier 1 tower is certainly going to drop the way of OG.
I know
Nice little tower take for them.
this
Great
month
TA.
they
Thunder Awaken not
sent to
quite in
kill
the position
me.
to defend. They'd rather
Wonderful.
Terrible Dazzle is gonna win this game, I think. It looks pretty fucking legit. Straight up buzzing. Dark Mago also doing good.
Manta style next more than likely, maybe the Dragonlance if he feels like he needs the stats. We're also seeing Sacred slowly work his way up to that blink. And once you do have that blink up on Mars, Thunder should be able to force more fights out. Again, it's been a bit of a passive start. OG are the one taking initiative here. But that is to be expected with this lineup. You've got Marvelous up on the bar, just working onto that Heaven's Halberd. This is the time you want to play around that hustle.
Ray doesn't ignore me.
Nothing's going.
Spotted, Matthew will go for the lift up. Into
The ult?
Sacred, the arena will be dropped. No hesitation.
Easy
they want to
kill.
get that shake
That
up.
lays
They'll
his
find
dagger.
Chu. No way to survive through that. Thunder still pick up for themselves.
Just for fun, thank you.
Good
Good morning.
Good morning.
Once the shake is up, they group up, knowing the arena is down. In fact, they group up before that. Tombstone drop. They're going to find
Is
the
there
Dazzle.
grave?
Pandamu will go for the shallow grave and try to at least delay this. Go after the tombstone, but it is going to drop. OG
doesn't mean my
find
eyes
themselves
will
a support
soon
trade.
be
Cheers.
turning
Get some pressure onto this mid-tier 1 tower with this double damage on Uragi. It looks like they're going to try while the
I'm
tombstone's still
never
around.
gonna stop
Just a
this
bit of chip
much
damage to
by
come. Thunder Awaken,
complaining.
they are
Yep.
hanging around. Meanwhile, top
Because
side,
No,
Sacred
it's
is
feeding.
in the corner.
Stop.
Sonic
Oh,
Wave, they're pushing him
maybe.
around. The TV Sacred.
Oh,
He's gonna make
one
it.
clap. Only one clap.
Just on edge with all of these plays. They were trying to shove in mid in that downtime. They do manage to hold it off. Dark Mago also just poking and prodding, kind of wasting the double damage rune out from Uragi. So they don't find a kill, they don't find a tower, And this is stall time for Thunder Awakened to just keep building up on their win conditions. Pakas is still farming. They have not been hunting down terribly. And even though you are getting this build up on Amar, he is working on his BKB instead of the Halberd.
Alice,
you will want to really stop
ban
Pakas
1
soon.
plus clap.
Again,
They're
you've seen this
abusing.
guy just left alone to farm for 10 to 15 minutes. He does deliver every single time.
It's the type of emote, not a number.
The BKB is certainly going to be a very strong timing here for ATF though, and it just
Breaking
seems
my
like he wants
immersion.
that magic immunity, so he's just,
When you
he can
clap,
just go ham
you
in
use
the
the
middle of the
emote,
team fight.
you
Like
identify
you mentioned
as
though, allowing
the
Pakas's
most.
time is going to be a little bit problematic. As ATF getting closer and closer to that BKB timing. That'll be the timing OG want to try and play around. Uragi, of course, already has the Maelstrom up, so you've got quite a bit of damage here from the Ember as well. Going into the boots of travel, so just making sure he's able to be very mobile across the map. And again, once you do have the BKB on the Husker, it just feels like you could just start running at Thunder Awaken. There may not be much they can really do about it.
Yeah, they're going to lack a lot of control, lack a lot of ways of trying to kite Amar down. And that's going to give him prime opportunities to maybe take care of Pakas for the team if they can get that chain control off.
Turbid
They're
is
also
good.
starting to
They're
slowly work their
disarmed.
way up to the blink timing here of Chu. The Shaker will be able to kind of engage for your team as well, follow up on the jumps in from Uragi, or start things off for Uragi to kind of clean up from.
Uragi, lifted up, Matthew, will cop the chains. Meanwhile, mid lane, Sacred, gonna find Tiger. In fact, they
Okay,
found a
okay.
second. BZM does
got
have the
blink
Yules.
in
It's
one.
gonna be alright for now. We'll blink out, but
yeah.
X is there. Drag it back.
The
BZM
poison.
somehow still alive. The poison touch. It's not gonna be enough for the Tidebringer. Just within range, Dark Mago able to find it. In fact, they
Oh
found
no,
another.
I L.
He's not making it out either. Thunder Awaken punishing OG. Into the mid-tier
Straight
until
up
they
styling
go.
on these guys, for real,
Terrible
for real.
news for the OG fans here, John.
Now they tried to save by using the Fortify. It didn't block the damage.
If
Dark
they
Mago
lose, they're
just got the
serious
angle
now,
with the
because
Tidebringer.
Tiger
The Yules looked
relocated
good.
bots.
The X-Welts held onto, and it just fell apart slowly but surely there. They fortify. It's just not enough.
Here we go, Dark Mago. Looking for
Yeah.
it, waiting for that creep wave, and he knows he's got it.
Hey,
See you later,
dude.
BZM. They tried to glyph as well. Nice attempt.
I mean, with that mid-tier one down, the jungle up top just opens up massively for the side of Thunder Awaken. They still haven't brought Pakas out at all.
Oh, BZM, no. He gets speared up. Pandamoo.
What
Setting
the,
up the
what the
perfect bait,
fuck?
and they go
You're
in for
actually
more now.
winning?
They'll find Tiger on the Undying. John, OG, they're the ones that are meant to have the momentum this game 3.
That's what's supposed to happen with this lineup. They're supposed to play quick and fast.
Oh
and
no.
now the Roshan's being
no,
taken
no.
by the side of Thunder Awaken with the Metamorphosis pop from Pakas, with the stats he has on hand. It's not the fastest process, to be fair, but it still does go quick. And OG, they don't have vision around the Rosh. They have vision on the jungle, but not into the pit. They get a scan, and they could try to do something.
Thunder Awaken. Roshan freely going to go their way. There is a scan out from OG to get the information, but they can't really force a fight. They're just not in position, slowly making their way over, but they may get caught with their pants down. Uragi gets chained up. Perfect setup from Matthew, but a great Fisher. Chu, he'll put an end to it. ATF makes the jump in. He'll man up at the BKB. It will wear off. He does get rather
Tombstone
low.
going down
Back
instantly.
himself
The
up for a
zombies.
bit of a reset. Meanwhile, Uragi dancing around
Too
this
many
team fight.
zombies.
Dark
Fall
Mago
back.
dropping low. BZM back
Doing a
in.
little 3-2-2.
That'll be the Conquer
Doing a
gone.
little
Aegis down, and now the
3-2-2.
Fisher. It'll cancel the TP off. The cars, nowhere to go. Sunder there. He does find BZM, but it won't matter. The Sonic Wave takes him down. It's Dark Mago. He'll find a way out, but they'll get Pandamoo in the mid lane. There's 4 down.
IL.
OG. That's that OG magic we talk about, John. Finding a way back into this game.
Oh, they get the perfect timing to break that fight up. It took a little bit longer for Dark Mago to walk up there, and Pakas was focusing the Tombstone. He was just trying to hit high ground, missed a couple of times in Tombstone. He was just focused on that one piece of the team fight, and when everyone else turned on to him, he just had nothing.
That was a dieback as well on the Dazzle, by the way. John Pandamoo, he brought back for that team fight, immediately dying back. That's just so detrimental. And suddenly the net
Get
worth
the
is
band
less
out.
than 1k
Get the
the way
band
of
out.
Thunder Awaken. So all that lead they had, the Roshan, everything just being thrown back the way of OG off the back of ATF. the BKB pays off dividends.
Yeah, he just stands his ground. There's just no way of controlling there. They get a good start. They get a good spear, broken up by True, and Amar just comes in and rips them to shreds. Pakaz tries to hit, but he focuses on this tombstone towards the end here.
Someone's got to do it.
Why did he stop
So many
attacking the
uphill misses
tombstone?
happening here for poor old Pakaz, and well, like you mentioned, I mean, ATF just jumping in. Obviously a fantastic Fisher to set up, and eventually they'll just get right through.
OG is 10 times better than
This arena,
Alliance.
rather electric as well. You saw Pakaz going for the Thunder, or rather Sunder on PCM. Not able to find it though, or rather, still goes down anyway. Still, back into it we go. What do you need to do now? Thunder Awaken, slow this game down a little bit, keep the fight going. Never mind, OG, they're the ones to move in. Onto Dark Mago they go. BKB already forced out ATF. He doesn't really care though. He'll just keep moving in with the life break. Arena down. Matthew, he's the one in danger. They might just find themselves a support Rubik for now.
Oh my God,
but OG,
stop.
they just want to
What
keep
are you
going.
doing?
They'll find another. That'll be Pandamu gone. A
We need
2-for-1
group up again?
special. OG not looking to slow down anytime soon.
No, they've just got to keep running. This is where their lineup shines, and where Thunder Awaken has to take their time in building up. Because, you know, he feels strong enough to take the Roshan, but he's not tanky enough to eat through all the damage coming out from OG. So they need to keep this stall game up, get that Scotty up on Pakaz, get more, maybe even lifesteal onto him just to stay alive in the middle of these fights. And try to work on that
I doubt
BKB
it.
for Sacred
I
as
doubted
well.
it.
It's easier said than done, as it just feels like it's at this point in the game where the Huskar just doesn't feel like you can handle it. Like, they don't really have the smoothest way of just bursting through Amar here.
Just noticed as well, Chu getting nice and lucky here, finding a Philosopher's Stone for himself. Obviously, still very far away from picking up that Blink Dagger he really wants on that Shaker, but now with the Philly Stone up, a little bit faster for his sake on the Shaker as they do smoke up once again. Into the Radiant Triangle they want to go. Both supports, they'll frontline for the team. ATF right behind them to back them up. Pakaz Fisher is going to land. That's one set up. Chu is there with the shots. Pakaz, he'll turn around now with the Metamorphosis back in onto the Shaker. It's a lot of damage. Soul Rip will be there, but won't be enough. Chu is going to drop.
Yeah, nice little patience play from Pakaz, sensing something wrong. Breaks the smoke, cancels the gank from the side of OG, and just gets himself a little bit more to build up on. Again, this Terrorblade gonna need a lot more farm, at least the Scotty up, but definitely much more durability needed to kind of hold his ground here.
You see the boys from Asta there on the camera as well, John, having a peek who their next opponents are going to be. Just watching very closely.
Everyone wearing masks.
Scouting out, getting some info, of course. Wanting to be
No
prepared
one
for the
cared
next
who I
match.
was on the
Thunder Awaken,
the bash.
they're also working into this AC timing coming up from Dark Mago, so physical durability can be nice to have as well. Only lacking the plate mail with a recipe probably flying out now.
Matthew.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Isn't
surely
COVID
caught out.
over?
Nice lift away onto ATF. Will try to run. Shallow Grave immediately up by Pandamu. Tiger
I got the
still
Giga Healing
chasing.
strats.
Tombstone will even be dropped as well.
That's a
Trying for
little
the slow.
saucy. Can Ember
Matthew?
hit?
Still
Oh.
running. They will not land the Sleight of Fist either. OG not really losing too much though. Just a Tombstone being committed. Not too big of a deal.
Yeah. Some space for top though, shoving in from the side of Thunder. Dark Mago getting that done by himself, and they're not quite the fastest push lineup from OG. So even with all that space down bot, they can't really gun for the objective. And Thunder are starting to do a lot of work with the map space they have. They've got Pakaz protected up. They're finding room for Sacred and for Dark Mago to get build up as well.
Dark Mago could be in danger now. Uragi, Chains will land. BZM is there to back him up, but the
Trying to
BKB
TP out.
is popped. TP out. No way to cancel, but it won't matter. Just kill him.
Yeah.
Who needs stuns?
No. Didn't see that. That's why no one in C buys BKBs in your pubs. You just die. Doesn't do much for you. Took a little
BKB
bit
is
of
not
time for him
manly.
to commit to that TP home. If he maybe TP'd a little bit earlier, the instant he knew he was in trouble, he might have been able to bail out. But a nice kill for OG to find.
Nice blink away from Sacred. We'll be able to escape the grasp of Tiger and BZM. We'll control the area around the Roshan pit now, OG. Mind you, there is still plenty of time for that Roshan to respawn, but they'll hold on to that Radiant Triangle and just deny that farm away from Pakaz.
Bulldog, you look like a soy boy.
Might as well. Matthew has stolen Fisher on the Rubik, so probably the best.
The
spell
context
he
is
could
we
steal
played a
this
video
game
game.
is
I
so
picked a soy
impactful.
character. She
So
didn't
what
actually
Matthew
mean
can get done
IRL.
with that.
Tower is under attack.
They are just retaking their triangle for now. OG already cleaning it up though. So the objective will be the top tier 1 tower for OG. Thunder Awaken, they do group up, not willing to let this one go down for free. Matthew will just abuse the Fade Bolt onto the creep wave to get rid of it. Server wards are down, so they have the information on OG's position and the smoke. Oh, I think that might have been spotted. Thunder Awaken, they should know this is happening. In we go, OG still gonna make their way in. Uragi has spotted out Matthew, the Rubik will get caught out with the chains, but there's the Fisher. BZM cleaning him up, however. That'll be one down. OG, not gonna find anything else, but they do have a T1 top tower to go after, and that's what they'll take.
Yeah, no contest coming out from Thunder. They did have to pop Tombstone once more just for a support kill, but you don't really care too much about that cooldown at this point in the game. You are happy enough on Thunder to just, again, keep this farm game up. It's on them now to play that slower game. It's on OG to run as fast as they can before any additional early BKBs come up and just, you know, shut the map down. Good start already. Still a very even game, 10-18. 2K lead for OG, not the biggest. Because it's still number 1.
Cops a stun, Chu sitting up again. Chains will be there, the slow for the
Holding
Shadow Strike
BKB.
as well. Dark Mago forced to pop the boat.
Getting
BKB
the
does pick up the
DD?
double
Oh,
damage
wow,
and
that was
immediately
Giga
just
Chatty.
TP's out. Meanwhile, Radiant Triangle, in they jump. Matthew with the life break. It doesn't quite work their way, but ATF goes too far, gets taken out. Meanwhile, on the other side, Pandamu should be sacrificed and will be to Uragi. Not a bad trade overall for either side, but ATF ends up going down for the sake of 2 supports. Pretty even if you ask me.
Yeah, I'd say you're much happier in Thunder as well, though.
Sacred getting jumped on. BZM wanting to keep forcing the fight. There's your Fisher out. Tiger, he'll
Tombstone
get
of
the
hell.
Tombstone down. Sacred surely drops. Eventually will to BZM in the backside.
nice
Dark
throw.
Mago. Well, he'll have plenty of time to think about this one, John.
Yeah, that's quite the pause.
Yeah.
As tends to happen in Southeast Asia, Mike. And sometimes it just happens. Mid-game, you're in the middle of a fight, you're having a good time.
This is where you scream at your supports.
Yeah.
You start screaming at the supports. Where the hell are my supports? Where's my wards? What are they doing? Never the core's fault.
Never is.
Pandamu will reconnect. OG. You see the easiest kill of their lives here in the mid. Not take it. Dark Mago to drop.
They feel a lot better now in OG. They find more kills off the back of the sacrifice that ATF makes. They've got a decent 3K lead, building up a little bit more. They would love to take care of Pakaz, but Pakaz is not willing to show. Metamorphosis is down, Sunder is down. Still working towards that BKB on the Terrorblade. And until that point, you're really not going to see too much from Pakaz unless someone misplays.
The scary part is when he does have that BKB, John, it kind of turns into almost the same story as game 2, right? Like because he just puts the whole team on his back and just carries the game for them. You kind of wonder how worried OG are about this TB. They just haven't really dealt with him too much yet. Very, very scary times here. Scaling-wise as well, like you've got Ember Husker into a TB late game. It doesn't sound too good.
There is some scaling on hand. It's definitely not as straightforward as just the sheer damage and durability a Terrorblade can have with itemization. But you have a lot that you can play with. The Quap, when it hits certain talent spikes, gets, say, the build-up for Ags could be an interesting way to go. It is pretty big. It's a lot of damage that can bounce around. I'm not sure if the Ags Shadow Strike actually affects, say, illusions. If it does, those mini screams of pain on illusion spam from the TB does rack up while BKBs are down.
4K lead. It's still winnable. Terrible is Giga Shot.
It is up in 50 seconds. Such a big objective for both sides. OG, they want first dibs on it. So missing out the last time around. ATF. Just hanging around that Radiant Triangle. OG will back him up. No fear in the world here for this dire side so far. Thunder Awaken slowly making their way back into that Radiant Triangle, however. They've got the vision. Tiger does get caught out with the spear. Sacred, he's got the BKB off in time. But there's no follow-up to the spear. They give up the triangle once again. Like Uragi looking to see if he can force a fight here, but the BKB was not off yet. They're still checking.
Yeah, and they've got a good chance of just clearing out this Roche. No forward vision out from Thunder to kind of keep eye of the Roche pit. They still have that ramp ward from earlier on though, so they might be able to get a sense that people are roaming around the area. You can see Pakaz again just sticking to the opposite side of the map. They know where OG's playing around, so they just send their Terrorblade away. BKB only about 500 gold away, less than 500. And again, as you mentioned, Mike, that could be the scary moment for OG as well, as Pakaz is probably going to be willing to fight. Still, Roche does begin here for the side of OG, and without
Oh, no,
well,
there's a
they've got
short as
vision.
well.
They see Chu hanging around behind
Short Husker,
Roche,
good.
but probably not too keen on trying to force this.
Yeah, I mean,
Your
you're so
cooldown
close
is
to the
kinda good.
BKB timing
Does
of
it
the
imply
TB.
movement speed
It's kind
slow,
of
and
unfortunate
heal
right now
has
for
the
Thunder
damage
Awakening.
dealt.
Just perfect timing for OG to get this done.
pretty
So
good.
Roshan will go their way freely.
Can't be
Happy
careful of
days, the arena
disables.
does light up. Beautiful lighting here. The Arena of Stars as OG. Grouping up once again, but there's a five-man smoke from Thunder Awaken. They want to go for a team fight into the Aegis. They're going to find ATF on the Husker. Spear is there. Immediate jump in ATF. He'll get hexed up as well. They can't take him down, though. He's still alive. Torn as well. ATF, he's just tanking everything. Eventually, though, does drop the Aegis. That'll be the first
Blade is in a very bad spot.
Going down to the Sonic Wave. Is there by BZM.
He's got ult. He's got ult.
Still fighting.
Oscar.
Gets the Sunder off. Gets the reset. Back
Okay,
onto Uragi.
okay.
They've got the Ember. Not too bad of a team fight with the buybacks of the Uragi.
Questionable
Wants to keep the
buyback
fight
here.
Going. They'll find the Kunkka, they'll find the TB, Dark Mago, he'll be targeted.
Got Grave?
Pandamu,
Tombstone
healing him
now?
up,
What
Shell
the
of Grave
fuck?
out as
He's
well.
with Roche, I
Nobody
guess?
dying from Thunder. They just want to back off and waste the buyback of Uragi.
Here
But
comes-
Sacred does get
where's
caught
the
and does
Grave?
eventually get taken out. Meanwhile, ATF, however, dropping low, does get X'd up.
Buyback to
Back
kill
into the
Morris
turret,
is not
lock
worth
him
it.
down.
Oh,
but the
no,
TB
no.
is not committing. Instead onto
Oh.
Jimothy. Echo Slap is there too, setting up a great team fight. Now for Cars, he's out of meta. ATF, he wants to dive but won't go for it. Not risking it for now. Matthew, he'll keep fighting. Slider fist on his end, but no damage. Great team fight on both sides. Who does that actually favor though, John? It's so even.
It's really even. Even the net for trade isn't that significant for either side when you account for anyone getting a little bit more there. It looked really good for OG. I mean, they got the objectives earlier. That slam from Chu in the backline does even it out way more. And Thunder
If I
have to
go
respect
in,
that.
I might die.
timing
If I
coming
go
out
in,
from
then
Chu
I
is
might die.
massive. And we talked about OG's
still
issue
winnable.
being
Terabyte
just
is still
having
the
only
Giga
the
Chat
shaker for
threat.
stuns, but if you can make it work, if you can manage to make them a bit too confident in themselves on Thunder Awakening's side, you can just force them to clump and get some
is
good
it
damage
buying?
off in some of these tight spots.
Was that Ag?
OG now with a 6k, 7k lead, starting to feel really good. They did manage to get decent use
Quiver.
out of the Aegis. It's not the cleanest set of fights, but it works
Double
out.
damage. Uragi looking to move in. Does force the BKB out from Sacred. Uragi has his team behind him. Wants to keep going with this
Well,
double damage
damage.
route. Happy to play very riskily here. Stark Mago there to back him up. X is out. They've got the Ember. Lift will be there. Trying to ensure the turret, but they mistime it. Whoops. Chu, nice fish shot, just trying to snipe the Rubik, but not quite. Uragi, he did not have the slider fist up to try. Another X out onto the Ember, but this time he'll just remnant away. OG sticking around, wanting that mid-tier 2 tower. That's a great chains out into a Fisher. Do they
Tombstone is
have
pretty
the
good.
follow-up?
Actually,
Not
it's
quite.
banned.
And we have another pause to come out. Thoughts are there. Uragi is not
PC
happy.
crash.
Thunder Awakening, they claim it's a crash.
Genia.
Couple crashes, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it happens. You know, sometimes your PC just doesn't want to play nice.
Nah.
So, you know, it's Southeast Asia. Send help. Fix it up.
Yeah.
What'd you
What do
say?
you do? These things happen.
South
We'll get sorted
Asia?
ASAP. There's a reconnect from Pandamu. They keep the fight going here, OG.
Isn't
I
it
mean, it's a great
SCA that
setup,
makes,
but you
like,
might have
most
lost the
computer
momentum with
parts?
that pause.
You still have a lot to play with. Amar is fairly far away
You
from
can
this
get
fight, though.
proper
cut off by the
computers?
fissure, so the angle for a Husker is just maybe a little bit harder to pull off there.
China. Now, isn't
Very
it Taiwan?
Very excited people.
Beautiful crowd.
Yeah,
Look at him.
look at him.
Come on,
Beautiful
guys. Game
crowd.
3. Let's get it going. There we go.
Full house here today for OG against Thunder Awaken. What a hype series it has been so far. Everyone very, very excited indeed. So we are going to try and sort this out during the pause. Jonathan, obviously you haven't had breakfast today, so I can't ask you if you had merienda. You're a very sad boy.
It is what it is. You know, you got to wake up, instantly go to the arena, have some great Dota
GP
on hand.
inputs
That's your
are
breakfast, that's your
super
lunch,
expensive.
and that's your dinner as well. That's all you need.
Waves out from the crowd. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. Hello, Mum.
Is she actually watching?
No.
Is the
No,
wife watching?
she doesn't care.
She is
Surely the
watching.
missus does.
No, she
No?
doesn't care. Don't get married.
I love the
John. Just don't
cameraman.
get
Like,
married.
just find attractive girls and film them. I can't.
Goodness me. Looks like we'll have the pause, rather the
Look,
game
we
underway
got
very,
women
very
in
soon.
the
Nice
audience.
sorts- nice
Look,
signs
and
coming
they're
out. Of course, people
beautiful.
asking when Gorg's
That's all
coming
women
back to
are,
OG.
of
John,
course.
when's Gorg coming back?
I wouldn't know. How would I know? I don't know anything.
All women are beautiful.
I
in my
barely
opinion.
know enough to cast, all right?
All right,
Don't strain my brain too much.
How's the state of this game, John? Like, do you think OG's got a massive enough lead to make this victory happen in Game 3?
7k is a good start. You hit your key item timings.
Oh
the
shit, it's
Bolton
actually
Shaker,
full.
BKB and Desolator up
Oh,
on
the smell.
Iragi. You're feeling pretty damn good here. The issue that you still have to face is whether or not Pakaz can get his positioning right. You know, if Pakaz gets a good use of his BKB in the middle of these fights, that's where things can get really scary.
There's always going to be one of these
Classic.
guys. Always one.
We can't say it.
How many tanks can we fit in a mall, John?
A lot of tanks.
A lot of tanks?
A lot of tanks in those malls.
We love tanks.
Absolutely. Gotta see them.
Absolutely. OG fans all across the board. Where's the Thunder Awaken fans? Can we get a shot of those guys? Where are they?
Any TA fans?
Hands up, anyone? There they
There
are.
they are.
There's a couple. Damn OG fans, Jonathan, always show up. This organization, I don't know what it is, but it attracts everyone.
Of course they do.
Even me.
Yeah.
And I hate these guys. There's Asta.
Yes,
Lovely
there
boys
is.
over there,
of
obviously
course.
waiting for their series to come up.
Yeah. Very nice people to talk to. I harassed them throughout media day. That was a fun time.
Of course, Seb not being able to keep with the team. Obviously, they kicked the old man, poor guy. Getting too old, apparently. Bringing Chu in instead. Chu putting on a fantastic performance throughout this tournament as well. Uh-oh, you're on camera now, so there you go. Peace sign up. Ayaya.
Yeah.
Who's that again, Sinya?
We see Sinya in the crowd, of course.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Very, very good to see. I believe she
All the
works
way
for
from
Alliance,
Japan.
does she?
Yeah. Screamer for Alliance.
Excellent. What time are they playing, John?
You don't have to do them dirty like that, Mike.
Ah.
You don't have to.
All my SEA teams are gone as well. We've only got
Yikes.
Fnatic left, John.
Yeah.
Give me a break. I've got to abuse somebody here. Smiles across the
Oh,
board.
the Lupon gang.
Hello.
Boss Alo, Boss Nico. Hello.
Absolutely.
Loop
With
one.
that, is there any OG fans out there? Can we get a cheer if you are an OG fan?
Come on, that can't be the loudest you guys can do, OG fans. Maybe it is.
What about the Thunder Awaken fans? Any Thunder Awaken fans in the crowd?
Go! Vamos!
And he
So
got
I
you,
always say,
George,
John,
in the
SCA
audience.
crowd, best crowd. There's
Absolutely.
nothing like it. Nothing like it. More signs out. It's like
They're even going in game, guys.
even all chatting in game saying guys. So it looks like the players can hear you. Well, that's good news, John. Very, very good to know.
Oh, goodness me.
Any XD enjoyers? No?
No.
Any Naruto fans? Anything
No.
like that? No? No?
This is a classy crowd, Mike,
All
okay?
right. Sad for me, John. Just a
Very
casual here. Just a casual. Easy mid, easy life. Well, I've heard that one before, Jonathan. On many, many losses.
Is that every pub of yours, Mike?
Computer issues.
Yes. Yes, it is.
How is that
Yes,
possible?
it is.
Do you get the same experience in the Australian servers, or?
I don't play the Australian servers, John, for very, very good reason, let me tell you. It's a very, very scary place.
DOTA is flawless.
There we go.
Oh, of course they're going to cheer for their own flag, surely.
It's almost,
Go on,
I
mate,
believe
wave
it's
the
almost
flag,
National
come
Day.
on.
Merdeka!
Wave the flag!
Merdeka!
Where's the pride? Don't be nervous now. Oh,
They
goodness
got a little
me.
shy.
What a great crowd.
is.
It's so good to see the arena filled up.
Free
It's
Najib.
weekend. We've got great games and great people
He's
here.
not Jim.
See political signs coming out as well, John. I have no idea what's going on with that. You were trying to brief me earlier. No techies.
No techies.
Game is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Thankfully,
Najib
we are
Razak.
going back into it. Team fight is going to stop for now. T2 Tower is still going down the way of OG.
Bringing politics.
Yeah. Spoken and prodding. Bit of a reset after that pause.
Wait, Kanka didn't
You
die?
managed to take the tier 2
Didn't
though.
someone die?
OG have a pat up onto the high ground now. And again, they've got the 7k lead. Thunder kind of hanging off the back of Pakaz. Everyone else sort of sacrificed to allow this to happen. Although the build-up on Dark Mago is pretty big. And he will go for a smoke play here, Mike.
But they will.
Previous
Thunder
boss.
Awaken. 4-man
Confused
smoke
champ.
up. And they go through to the Radiant Triangle. OG will head back towards their own Dire Jungle here. Picard's currently top of the net worth board. And very, very
He's playing
strong.
A on this
BKB up
Mars.
there. Even the
That's
Crystal is
kinda
being built up,
dance,
so
champ.
plenty of damage. It's got that magic immunity. Feeling very, very
Ooh,
healthy.
10 to all stats over duration.
No Aegis to fight with for OG, so they will retreat. Fight on their own terms. Butterfly up on ATF, that's a big one. Yeah, a lot harder to try and burst that man
I'm
down.
waiting for Val's
It's gonna
invite.
feel
I don't have
awful for
a
Picard to
ticket.
just focus in. It's just going to be so hard to get that damage onto him with the evasion. You don't have an MKB being built up just yet. So Amar's going to be extra durable up front, and they'll go for their smoke now.
Here we go. OG, we'll see if they can get this one down. They've got the butterfly. They want to go for the surprise reveal. In fact, the BKB up on BZM as well. First time this patch, we've got a Husker with a butterfly. There you go. It's always ATF somehow making these things happen. So they do meet in the mid lane. Jump in, they found Tiger. That'll be a start. Spear does not land, but it's going to be enough. The Undying, already gone. Yuragi tries to chip away. Meanwhile, Dark Mago on the wrong side of that mid river. We'll keep going, trying to bait them forward. Fisher will be there. ATF won't make the jump in.
Mars is
Sacred
ready.
Still chasing. Does have Arena. Won't pop it quite yet, however. Remnants forward. Yuragi going to try.
Oh, no.
Shallow Grave there, however, Matthew.
Nice
will survive
grave,
for
but
now.
it's not
Meanwhile,
enough.
ATF, he's
Help
in
him. Why are you
trouble.
running away
Behind
from your
side is slowing
team?
him down the BKB. It'll be there to run through the arena, and they will retreat for now. OG
Oh,
never
he's no
mind
mana.
Yuragi. He's been
He's no
called out.
mana.
No mana available. They might have the
Block.
Ember on their hands here. Thunder.
Block
Keep
him.
Going. Yuragi trying to run. Can't do it. Surely. Sleight of fist there, but it's not going to
Oh,
matter.
that's a lot of gold.
Oh man, that looked very nice from OG to try to block off that point for Pakaz. Great fissure coming out from Chu, but they still find the angle. They bait out that fight. Really good play coming out from Matthew and Sacred to put their bodies forward, make Yuragi jump onto him, and just have the confidence to have the follow through. So nice big pick-off coming out for Thunder. Not quite the end of the world for OG. They still maintain a very reasonable lead, and to be fair, Thunder does not have anything they can play off the back of this. Look at that. Matthew and Sacred just walking together, coughing
Great
that
shallow
instantly
grave.
shallow grave to stall out this fight.
Very, very good shallow grave there on Matthew. He does drop at the end, but it won't matter. He's dragged it out long enough here for Thunder Awaken to get the team fight their way. 6k advantage still standing for OG. But it is slowly but surely just being chipped away at by Thunder Awaken, and we saw this during game number 2. They had such a nice net worth advantage, but just slowly, Thunder Awaken claw their way back. It's a similar story. And for the side of OG, it's all on ATF at this point. He is the carry of the team on this Husker.
Oh, and speaking of that Husker, that butterfly ATF picked up, Pakaz is ready for it. He's going for the MKB, and that investment in butterfly, it starts to feel pretty bad once you've got anything to pierce. Earlier
Gate's
Santana,
bugged.
and that
Everything's
might
bugged.
cause issues.
Delayed.
If just 60 away, he won't have buyback, which could be dangerous for Thunder, but considering how they're playing right now, super defensively, it doesn't feel like they are in a position where Pakaz might be put out anyway.
7k advantage still standing. OG will sit back. Of course, Roshan going to be the next big objective for both sides once again. 50 seconds till we find out when
Play the
Roshan
game
is
mode.
going to respawn. There's that MKB you talked about now, so the butterfly really meaning nothing for
Alliance
ATF anymore.
won game
because
against Thunder, so
has
that
the
means
answers.
Alliance is tier 1 right.
6 slot already,
Kokam
might have
also,
to get
where
rid of
is
the
Randy
Preds
now
very, very
despair?
soon. OG, they're going to try for a 4-man smoke.
She's crying.
Just
Kinda
before
nice.
Roshan timing is there. Yuragi will reveal himself in the mid lane. Thunder Awaken, pretty split up right now. Just trying to stay away from OG.
The evasion he has is
You
insane.
do have the TB in that triangle, however, but the illusion's going to be around because is going to back his way out just barely. OG unable to catch for now. Still the chase continues. Fisher is there. They got Dark Mago.
What
That'll
Bane
be the
do when
BKB
playing
forced
Force
down.
BKB
the
back.
Cars Castaway
Let's get the
TV
reflection
show,
off.
crashing the plane with no
OG will
survivor.
not commit all
Get
the
in.
way.
Very, very conservative game from both sides.
don't
now.
get it.
So much
Thank
on the
you.
line in basically what is a best of 1 now. Roshan, about a minute away from the respawn. OG in a good position to take that up, but you do have the wards here from Thunder, and they know where OG's clumping up at.
Thunder Awaken, 5-man smoke. Roshan up in 50 seconds. Refresher Orb now available on Sacred. This could be the big one. You get this next Roshan, you might be looking at high ground for either side. Thunder Awaken, they do move in, they found Tiger, or rather ATF. That's the Husker they found
Oh,
out.
this
ATF
block.
hook off the turret, force the BKB up and try to run
Go
through
back,
the arena.
Mars.
The chase is still going, Sacred.
Back.
He might be able to get it done, but not quite. Refreshes out, another arena. ATF and the Muzz, but he's out of mana. Oh, he cannot spear. Meanwhile, Pandamu somehow surviving, but Yuragi will take him
Mars,
out.
so
It's a
fucking
2-for-nothing
deep.
trade. The way of OG.
It's
That
a
was
nerf.
such a beautiful Fisher block coming out from Chu.
On
Cutting off
Refresher.
because once more on the ramp, couldn't follow up.
BKB
on that
costs 50
beautiful
mana.
arena out
You use
from
it twice,
Sacred.
it's 100 mana.
And
Refresher
this
costs 50
Shaker,
mana more.
Chu has just done so much work.
150
With that
more
two
mana
sets
combo.
Of pickoffs, not the biggest kills, but that does give them easy access to Roche with the BKBs expended.
Yeah. Sacred mid lane. Be careful not to get caught by OG. Momentum their way now. Keep in mind,
Very
Roshan
cool.
is now available. I'm not sure if it was really scouted out here by OG, though. I don't think so. They want the fight instead. Shiver's Guard, not going to catch anyone.
Shiba.
CM, a little bit unlucky with the range. Again, I don't believe Roshan was scouted. Dark Mago, they do run towards him. Konka could be in a slight bit of danger. He's going to show up that bot creep wave as well. BZM right in, has found the Konka. This is a big one.
Wait, he doesn't have
Dark Mago,
TP. Wait,
he's
what?
got BKB
What is this
available,
play?
but no TP available. He's going to juke his way out.
Ooh.
Blink forward, BZM, not going to catch him yet.
They don't
Dark
know.
Mago, do not breathe. You've got to be quiet here,
Oh,
sir, but
no.
the Fisher, the Scream, they're going to find him. Dark Mago has been caught by OG. He's going to have to try and fight. Boat is out, TP now available, but the Sonic Wave is there.
Okay, force the
They've
Sonic
got
Wave
the
at least.
damage. He does have buyback, but he's down for 75.
Did he forget it and have
Again, Roshan's still up.
TP?
It buys them a lot of space in Thunder's End. They're playing on the opposite side of the map,
Oh, no,
trying
free
to get what they
ags.
can while they still have time. They aren't able to
I
get
think
forward
Roche are
vision
too
though.
powerful.
So if OG does want to sneak in that Roche, TA is Thunder Awaken is not going to be aware of it at all. And they've got to be careful. Roche does begin now for OG with that free axe blessing as well.
Husker X is
If that
great,
flies
but I
out
don't know if it's
onto
great
Amar,
this game.
you're going to have a really
Well,
tough time in dealing with when that Husker does jump
There's
in.
really no one else.
Absolutely.
It's just big
Free
give it to him.
Roshan to go the way of OG now. Axe Blessing is available on that as well. Such a beautiful arena you're looking at right there, Jonathan. Look at that.
This is like making a
Roshan
4
down,
protect
ATF,
1, but
he'll
with a
take the
real
Aegis,
carry.
Ags up as well. Basically the taunt now on the Husker can be very, very annoying. It's almost like having an axe at this point.
Yeah, it's just massive. Forcing potentially Pakaz to focus in on that Husker for damage is not ideal. You might want to take care of anything else. Heck, Uragi is probably a bigger threat now with the Daedalus up on that Ember, and you're just forced to focus in on Amar, and he still has Aegis, of course, freshly picked up. So he has a lot of options to play now. 20k lead for OG after a bit of a back and forth. Definitely in the clear lead now. And they even managed to overtake Pakaz's net worth with Amar. So they're building up. I mean, people call him ATM right now. He does have all the money.
He certainly does have all the money. Sadly, Thunder Predator, or rather Thunder Awaken for now, have lost their ATM cards, so not able to withdraw.
Thunder Predator.
See if they can find it. Thunder still holding on to that high ground. Because, keep in mind, John, he did just buy out that Silver Edge, so no money available for the buyback if he does get caught out. 1.4k away from that buyback being available. OG, of course, not knowing about this.
Ren
Won't
is
give
made
the opening away
Virginia.
anyway.
Show it. Is she streaming?
Thunder, they'll just keep holding high ground. OG, though, they control the rest of the map. This is just great news for OG. 21k
streaming.
ahead. 39, in fact, 40 minutes in now. Hard to see OG being able to lose this game.
Yeah, they've got a lot to play with. They've got the control of the map. They're cutting off Thunder from even
can't
going
stream
into the
inside the
jungle
arena?
farm.
Why?
There are some key timings for Thunder left. The Hex on Dark Mago and the Hex out on Sacred can be big, but they don't have the room to farm that up.
You're not allowed to
if
stream
you
in the
did
venue,
manage
that
to find a
makes
way to
no
get
sense.
that double Hex, get the jump in first, you probably do have enough damage to clear out any of these heroes
Why?
in that burst window.
Well, top T2 tower.
Sacred?
It's going to drop. Sacred, bottom side, caught by the Fisher.
Just go
and
in
the
the
chains
arena
with
and then
BKB
start the
and run.
stream.
Not risking his own life at the moment. Keep in mind, AC now available on ATF, Refresher Orb available on BZM. Big itemization here from OG. Another power spike here for this Dire side. Thunder just going to sit back and Just hold that high ground for now. They've got to hope for a good team fight to try and pull this game back their way. Sure, you've got crazy farm on this TB, but ATF has now overtaken. Just look at the levels. BZM hitting that level 25 mark now. That blink cooldown just so low. It's going to be so much harder to catch the Quap throughout these team fights.
It's just going to be weaving in and out of these fights.
Why are you broing
And we
Black
talked about that
Forsen? What's
lack
wrong
of
if
control early on
with
there,
Forsen
Mike.
if he's black?
Mentioning
What the hell are you
OG
broing
on
that? That makes no
Shaker,
sense.
Thunder. They also kind of lack
you
hard
racist?
control to take care of both the Ember and the Quap. I mean, X is probably their most reliable. Maybe you can get a lift spear or just a blink spear. Arena out, easier said than done.
It's an okay,
OG
bro.
has a lot of opportunities to kind of dodge out there as well. And again, they're just taking their time, getting that build up. And, you know, they're not in a rush. They know they've got a pretty clear advantage. If they do start to get hasty here, that could provide opportunities for Thunder.
Ember late
Yeah, they're just going to
game.
ensure that they can just keep getting these items up. Just get to the point where you're 6 slot and
Playing
you've got
Turbo
nothing
late game
left to
against Ember's
farm.
not fun. He's going to have
Now Lincoln
double
Sphere available on Yuragi as well.
Fight of Fist. There's no way he
It'll be
picks
even
the other
harder
one.
to catch the Ember throughout all these fights. Thunder Awaken, excuse me, are just kind of stuck in this high ground. Nowhere to farm for themselves. Just waiting for that team fight, waiting for OG to make their way over. OG just not allowing them that opportunity. So Thunder, a very depressing time, just sitting at home waiting.
Thunder awakens.
Something we had to
Thunder
do a
is
couple
a
years ago,
powerful
John. Wasn't
force
very
of
fun at all.
nature.
Yeah, it is what
And
it
it
is
has
when you're stuck
awakened.
just waiting around here. Octarine also up now on Chu. So lower cooldowns to play with. A lot more uptime for him to be aggressive here and set up for his team. And, I mean, for Thunder Awaken, like, this isn't the ideal scenario for them. Obviously, I mean, just holding out like this means you're not finding a way to reel back the net worth. You're not looking for opportunities. They're relying on the fact that OG might get a bit impatient. Maybe they start looking for fights. Maybe they get drawn in for a pickoff and get punished on top of it. There's still that potential for the slow and steady build up onto the double.
It's all going to be on Terrible again, but they have good
it
counters.
Looks like even Sacred's kind of given up in that. Just going for his shard, saving up for
Oscar
buyback
can ult
first.
him, so he
At
can't
the
do
least,
any
he can
spells.
maybe spear two people
And
up.
they
and
can
get a
AoE
read
disarm
Aegis is
solutions.
going to expire in 15
Top
seconds, so
good
OG
AoE.
just going to let this one go.
Amber's a Giga AoE
TF
now.
not going to
It's
have that
level
one
25
up.
very soon, if not
We'll
now.
still hold on to the cheese. Keep in mind, you've got so many buybacks available for the side.
Do you
of
actually
Thunder
pick
Awaken at the moment?
spears,
It's
pure
just too
damage?
risky to try and move high ground on OG's end. Not so much. Only
The
2
damage seems
buybacks
pretty
being
good.
available. Aegis does expire, and now the fight starts.
Okay.
Sacred, he's in with an arena onto 3
Nice.
targets. They've already got 2 down. That's
Verrk already
one
dead?
gone. No buyback available for the Earthshakers now.
The tombstone
Another
on the
arena.
high ground.
Catches out BZM. They've got the Quap in there. BZM. He'll
Eight.
pop the
Why is the colour
BKB.
red in chat
No
right
follow-up out yet.
I've enabled it again.
They got the shaker down, buyback
There
being
was a
committed
tombstone.
on the Rubik.
Don't let him leave.
ATF still trying
Scotty.
to back off, but Bakaz is on the chase with the Eye of Scotty slow. ATF in a bit of danger.
Team?
Yuragi trying to slow down Bakaz.
what the hell did
It's a
Tiger go? What the
He'll
hell
be
are
forced
you-
to drop
what
the
the
tombstone,
fuck?
but does end up going down. Bakaz now unstoppable. Yuragi sticking around, very low on mana.
Oh.
He's going to cop the lift up. They've got the Ember. Yuragi
What are they
will
doing?
drop. Sonic Wave.
What the dog
not gonna
doing?
beat him. They hex him up.
What the dog doing?
Thunder Awaken.
Just leave the area.
Here we go again.
Oh my goodness, they find the opening. They're the ones to force it out as
Zombie
well. They
Man
walk
goes into a
outside
creep
their high
wave.
ground, get
Ender
a good
doesn't
scan,
walk away.
manage to segment
Cobb
that
goes
fight
in.
really nicely. The braveness of Sacred to just jump in almost blind in that area was just fantastic. He gets
classic.
good arena,
How
gets
do they
good
do
use
IL.
of his refresh. These guys just played. It looks like they play the best when their
John,
backs are against the wall.
There's 2 calls without buyback on OG right
Oh,
now.
boy.
Thunder Awaken, they might go high ground with this.
So
What a team
Ember,
fight to come
leave.
out. Thunder
It's
somehow
an
finding a way
leave.
back into this game, and OG Aegis
What are you
expires. They
doing?
kind
Like,
of
if you have
show up
ultimate
in the
here,
radiant
okay.
triangle and
It's
get
okay.
caught out.
You don't have ultimate.
Thunder
Why do you
Awaken
go
is
in and
perfect
W?
timing, and now they're onto the high ground. No buybacks available. This is a rough position
This one I
now
can
for
see is a little coping,
OG.
but the guy can ult, maybe kill. he
Thunder,
could
can
not.
they go all the way with this? Still 45 seconds without the Quap and without the Ember. Chu will try to slow it
Yaka
down with
play.
the Fisher. Pikaz realizing the buybacks just aren't there, will keep going. And that net worth lead, it's really going to start
they can't
swinging
go any
back the
more
way of the
X.
Radiant now. ATF, all he can do is just stare them down. Thunder, they'll just keep going, and that'll be one lane of
why did
barracks
they
to
never
go the
finish?
way
You
of the
know, no
Radiant.
Capella.
Someone explain to me. It gives a
Suddenly
lot
they're
of
the
gold.
ones with the advantage.
I mean, they're still
It's not risky
severely
at this
behind
point.
on
That
gold,
would have
but
been
they
like an
managed to
extra
just hold
800
out,
gold.
find those opportunities,
something.
and
What is
maybe
it?
this is where
It's a
some of that
decent amount.
scaling
Six-
comes into play.
600,
Like, there is a
700?
way for the Quap to scale, there is a way for
Just
the Ember to
kill it.
scale, but it's just not as terrifying as, say, the TB with all of this itemization on Pakaz. And you know, there's still 18k ahead in OG's end.
There was,
They still have
there
a
was
really
20
good shot
seconds on the
at
course.
this game, but Thunder is definitely not out. And they just need
What
to keep
OG
playing as
doing?
they have. Look for those opportunities. Look for a way to break OG apart and just clean up the leftovers afterwards.
OG still 18k ahead, 20 to 32. At this stage of the game, it just starts to feel like the net worth doesn't matter so much anymore. It's just all about Bakaz. Of course, Sacred doing such great work on that offlane Mars, setting up everything for his team. OG might just have to wait for the next Roshan, and it's going to be 1 minute
What
and
the
a half
hell
away.
doing?
The most important Roshan of the game now. I think it's the fourth one we're looking forward to. Thunder Awaken, they'll hold on to their Radiant Triangle. OG, of course, into the Dire Jungle, just around the Roshan pit, trying to protect that position.
Can I activate
It's like
DOTA
ATF
overlay?
has queued up a
I'm
Satanic
watching
now,
other
feeling like he
streams, it
needs that
doesn't work.
sustainability throughout these engagements. Just not able
I
to
can
fight
use
back
it.
against Bakaz if the TB
Not
does
in
get
game.
close enough. And it's just all about Roshan. OG, they'll wait,
You
so
have
will
two,
Thunder
Coach.
Awaken.
OG,
This
sir.
time around, I highly doubt anyone gets it for free.
Yeah, it's
So
going to be a
to say,
very
thank
big
you. I
fight between
should
both sides. And just
put it
going
on
back
pace,
to the
man.
previous Roche there, Mike,
30k a
it does
month.
feel like some of what's happening to OG might have gone down to their choice of giving Amar the axe. Because imagine if you gave it to Uragi instead, right? He's got remnants to just dance around. It would be easier for him to find that back line, take care of Pandamu and Matthew, and maybe even isolate that Terrorblade with the additional remnants. So maybe some of that boils back down here. It does feel like they want Uragi to be more of a damage dealer than a skirmisher. And that is reflective in his item buildup with the Daedalus, with the Desolator up, and the Maelstrom to clear out the waves. But they have to have someone willing to jump into the back line. I mean, BZM can do it, but he can't do it by himself.
15 seconds. Roshan almost there. The game just feeling so tense. 48 minutes in now, John.
Oh, yo, 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 yo,
Thunder
yo, yo.
Awaken, they'll prep. In position. Chu is around as well. Smoke's broken. Bakaz using that Silver Edge to try and get those smokes broken, of course, as OG. Back off, and now Dark Mago will see himself an Arcane Rune. Will happily take that away. Has queued up the Aghanim Scepter as well, keep in mind, John. And the Ghost Fleet being leveled up in terms of the talent. And there's your smoke up. A 5-on-5 engagement incoming
scan.
between OG and Thunder Awaken. A very nice scan out. OG know exactly where they are right now. They'll run right into him, Sacred. He'll be spotted first. Uragi will move into Dark Mago.
Whoa, Amar.
Oh,
what the
ATF.
fuck?
He does take one out. Sacred, however, he's found Tiger.
believe
That'll be a 1-4 on the
right.
support. There is a buyback on
Buyback?
Tiger. He's
Only
back
one
into the
though.
team fight. Meanwhile, Chain's out onto the
Oh
team.
my God, he's getting mowed down.
He's been caught
Jesus
out.
Christ.
Life track
The
away.
heal.
Amar, can he make it? It doesn't look like
Moses
it.
ult,
He's
right?
down.
Another one?
Buyback's immediate though. Back into the team fight they come, OG. They've still got their full team available. The Roshan are just so important, they can't let this one go down for freeze. BZM back in, onto Dark Mago. There's your Sonic Wave. Dark Mago being caught out, going down.
Oh!
Trying to save the day, but the Sunder is there
Jesus.
inside Bakaz. Godlike now on the TB. Just quick hands on this Terrorblade, but Roshan has been started. OG trying to take the advantage while they can. Bakaz,
Get a refresher.
what's he going to do about this, John? He's got the refresher orb up. You've got the secondary meta. He'll move in
Tiger?
by himself. Look at this
Tiger?
thing in chat. He doesn't care. Onto Tiger, but ATF.
oh!
He does move in. The shallow break is there. Sunder, who does he get? He found BZM. Oh, he's alive. Can you
Hey,
believe
Roche.
that Tiger? He's in big trouble. That's another down Bakaz. He's just carrying this team by himself. Onto ATF. It's a
I think I
dieback.
grave and saved
But
the
never
game.
mind. That's the Aegis down. ATF, he's
Shut
going to be
your mouth.
careful. This is his last life available. ATF going to try
Ult.
and make it through. Can he
Ult.
make it? He's trying to fight. No, another Sunder. The Terrorblade. He's not dying. Back in again. ATF trying to man up. Maybe they've got him. They do. The buyback's available though. Does he buy back? They'll buy back on Sacred. The TB not committing yet. On the Conquer they go. Dark Mago. He does end up dropping. No buyback available on the Conquer. ATF. Even surprised me, John, stealing the Aegis away mid-team fight.
Or who did?
Oh my goodness, what a game 3 we have on our hands. 50 minutes in, this game is not over.
Oh, it definitely isn't. A lot of back and forth. OG still with a fight in them, managing to make work there, but Thunder as well, not pulling their punches. Great saves coming out, great plays coming out. Bakaz just living for such a long time with that last minute
Coach Warden
refresh.
does.
That's the part I missed. Roshan, it gets taken down, didn't even realize that ATF just a man of business, John. He saw an objective and he took it.
Yeah.
And that may have just won them the team fight. Had he not had
Look at
that
their
Aegis,
eyes.
I think it would have gone the other way.
Oh, definitely. It would have gone south very quickly. OG with that opening onto the high ground mid, trying to even out the lanes. Gonna be a lot longer until Dark Mag goes back up, and they need the Kunkka. He's the one with a Hex.
They want tier 4 towers. They know the Kunkka's down for a minute. This is the opening.
It's not
Here
happening.
comes the crowd, the OG magic. It begins. Thunder Awaken. One final chance, it seems, as Amar
Oh.
can avoid the speed, jumps right in. He'll go for the man fight
my God,
onto
not
the
Dazzle.
Mars. It looks like Sacred. He'll be dying back immediately. It's 3 down. OG, they may have just done it. Echo Slam out. 2, he's got him. That's the cause. BKB out. Can he fight? He cannot. That's a timeout. The game's over. OG have done it. OG have done it once again. How do they do it? Every single time, how do they do it?
They find a way, Mike. They find a way. Thunder, for their part, they hold on amazingly well. They managed to take that mid set of racks when Kings just looked like it couldn't get any better for them. They were so far behind. They hold on to that game. They find some opportunities, but
Wait, what?
OG
What did I mark right?
in the end just managed to make